Who would like an SOC like this? Minus the robots. We can do it, because our robot is here. This is our little AI LLM, which we got some money from the European Union. We're a European company, and when Russia invaded Ukraine, a lot of our customers were hit by lots and lots of Russian cyber attacks. And so the European Union gave us €1 million and said, hey, can you write an AI LLM to help the customers defend faster? So this is what I'm going to show today. I'm going to show you how we build this into the SIEM and the SOAR to help you detect faster and to help you respond faster. The old adage is, you know, a human with AI is going to be replacing the human, right? So let's show you today actual examples of how we use AI in the SOC. And it was very interesting, the last presentation, the last session was talking about data sovereignty in the cloud. And you know, data cannot leave, logs cannot leave the environment. So very important to have it on-prem. So you always ask yourself, so why transform your SOC? Well, the sad news is that these cyber attacks are being powered by AI now. So you need AI to help defend, and that's the reality of the situation. We've got a rise of what we call multi-vector attacks. These are where you're having an attack on your firewall, and your phishing is perfect now. The phishing guy doesn't look like a prince from Nigeria anymore. You know, he's got perfect English. There's also a shortage of good people in the industry, and you know, you really want to improve the response times and improve the security. But there's a problem, and the problem is that the logs, the things that you collect in the SOC to analyze, contain sensitive data. They contain IP addresses and host names and things that are happening in your network. So you can't send a log to ChatGPT. I mean, you probably can. You can probably do RAG and sort of send it over there somewhere, but it's not very good. So we've built this LLM and we've trained it to be on a cybersecurity only. This is a very small box. This is like a $3,000 Chinese integrated PC. I'll talk a little bit about it later. But if you have your own GPU, we can run on there as well. It's a very small model. It only knows how to do cybersecurity. So you can't ask it questions about your family and have a chat with it. You can have a chat with it, but it will only answer cybersecurity questions, because that's what is important, right? It also is tightly integrated with your data. So it learns your data, it learns what type of things that you're bringing into the environment, and then it gives you advice on those things as well. So it drives faster detection. It gives the team contextualization, because remember the multi-vector attacks, you need to know, you know, have I got some issues on my network? Have I got some issues in the web server? Have I got some issues on my desktops, my firewalls? You need to bring that into context. Humans can't see everything in context. We only look at one thing at once. So this is where we use the AI for that, and I'll share some examples. Also, it helps to reduce the alert fatigue. Biggest problem in the SOC is, oh yeah, the firewall's complaining again, you know, yeah, it always does that, yeah. And humans forget, or they're sleeping, and you, as a SOC team member, you don't want to have to configure and block a firewall, the IP address on a firewall. It's not something that is very interesting to do. And so if you give your humans these tasks, they'll just, you know, you'll lose them. You'll bore them to death. But automation's okay. It'll handle it all day. So there's a place for the humans and there's a place for the automation. And this is what we do. Before I tell you what we do, just give you you might be thinking, what does energy mean? Why are we called Energy Log Server? Well, 30 years ago, Mr. Bicky created an energy company, and his son wasn't interested in that, so his son came off and said, I'm an IT guy, I'm going to create a log server. And so that's what we did. So the last 10 years, his son has been running the log server part dedicated to cybersecurity. We operate in Europe. We're a European company, as I said earlier. We operate in Europe. I'm in charge of the Asia Pacific. We were Africa as well. I saw some people with the NCSA badges down the front here. Anybody from the NCSA? Anyway, we have NCSA is one of our customers actually in one of these countries. They had Splunk and they said, we don't want Splunk, we want to move across to you. And we said, okay, fine. And what was interesting, during that migration, Splunk locked them out of their logs. They locked the NCSA out of their own country's data, which was crazy. So we hacked in and we got the logs and we migrated them across. And they were very happy. So we've got some pretty technical guys in this company. The CEO is extremely technical also. So what do we sell? We sell a CM, and if you have a CM, anybody who has a CM here? I know I've talked to a few people already. Yeah, okay, good. If you have a CM, just sit quiet. You know, it's okay. I've got something for you later. We can give you a SOAR that works with any CM, all right? So, but I'll just show you what we do on the CM side. But the logs come in, they get ingested, there's normalization, correlation. We have 700 rules out of the box, right? All CMs, all SIEMs are rules-based. But rules aren't enough. And so it's great, we've got 700 rules, maybe it'll catch some things, maybe it won't. So you have to do a bit more intelligent stuff. So we use AI to do anomaly detection. So we can look at and learn what the patterns are. This guy logged in at 9 o'clock, logged out at 5 o'clock. Oh, he logged in at 2 in the morning. What's happened? Let's send him an SMS, make sure it really is him. Things like that. And then we can use it to do, help the teams to understand the threats, to analyze them, to help write playbooks, to basically do the automated response as well. So the humans sit down here. The humans do the interesting stuff. They increase the security posture, they make sure the automations are working, they do the reporting, and they say how wonderful they are. We're a wonderful SOC, we can detect in 5 minutes and respond within 5 minutes. But we know it's not the humans doing it, it's automation doing it. So this is our little box. It's just one example. We have a DGX Spark, an NVIDIA version. If you've got your own GPU, we can run on yours. We're not selling, I'm not promoting GMK Tech hardware here. Go and buy something from Fortune Town. It don't need a big box. But the point is, we use the Llama project. We use this OpenAI 20 billion parameter model, and we're getting a good token speed. So if you give me something that can give us that type of token speed with that size of model, we can work with it. We'll put our LLM on it and work with it. So what does it do? So let me show you how we use it to detect. So the first thing it does is we have on our website pre-built models, if you like, or detection methodologies to help the model understand and learn what they should be looking for. So here's an example here. Suspicious network traffic detection on the network stream. So this is looking at all of the network data, and it's counting up the words it sees, and it's counting up the numbers it sees, and it's making a dictionary. And then it says, oh, here's a rare word, like this rare word here. There's 4 rare words here, and there's 962 occurrences of these words, and the words are St. Kitts and Nevis. What is St. Kitts and Nevis? Anybody know where that is? Anybody been there? Apparently it's quite a nice island. It's somewhere in the Caribbean. As I told you, we don't operate in America, so what are all these people doing in the Caribbean in our network? So this is an anomaly, right? We should look into this. It can look at these things. It can look at all these numbers and see if there's an SQL injection. I can't. I'm human, but the AI can spot for SQL injections as well. So this is quite fairly easy. I'll be honest with you, we don't need AI for this. We don't need GPU for this. We can do this with CPU. Okay? But so let me talk about what we do with GPU. So this is an out-of-the-box CM dashboard that you get when you install the product. As I said, we have 700 rules, right? So these are the rules that are medium severity that have been hit, and these are the rules that are high severity, right? Highest level here is 15, and we've got a problem. Executable file dropped in a folder commonly used by malware. Oops. What executable file? Is it malicious? What folder? Whose desktop? So we need to do some investigation, right? So this is where the team sees all these lovely alerts, they pop up on the screen, and they can drill down and find more detail. So we use the AI, we bring up the log, the raw log, and we have some predefined buttons here. You can say detect the threat, you could write your own prompts, you've got a few more buttons here. This is a button saying, tell me the priority of this problem. And it says it's P2, and you should fix it in 1 hour, okay? What do we do? What do we need to do? Let's imagine we're all a brand new SOC team and we've never come across this before and we don't know what to do. So we have another prompt that we've written here is playbook prompt. And by the way, this can all be in Thai. I met with a customer earlier today and he said, can you put that in Thai? I said, absolutely, it can all be in Thai. So it is multilingual LLM. But this tells you the playbook. So we've got the alert and triage, we've got the containment, the depth investigation. If you want a demo of this, I can show you actually at our stand. It's quite clever. It's got 6 stages here. It gives you a little checklist. And it even tells you what the automatable tasks are of that playbook. So you could take that and you could put it into SOAR. So those of you who've got CM, you can use this to write your playbooks in SOAR. So that's good. And in good ChatGPT style, it says, while you're there doing this thing on the person's desktop, look for DLL sideloading, look for a file execution in this directory, look for these other things as well. And then it tells you, it says, here's the script that you can take and put on the agent to look for all those other things as well. So it's quite useful. And this is what we're doing with it. And you can write your own prompts. You can get it to do different things. Now we can create the alert. So we've got a create alert, executable file, malware check. We know what to do. We know what to look for. We know how to action it and respond to it. Now we've got 701 rules. We've created a new one. So 700 out the box. Now there's a new one. And this is what's called increasing the security posture. And that's what we use AI for in the detection part. You can write your own prompts, you can edit them, you can put them in Thai, you can do all sorts of crazy things. If you want to try and write some prompts with us, come see us over the break and you can try it all out yourself. So the next question is, people ask us, what about new threats? Threats are changing. Iran's coming on, China maybe writes some new malware, people might be spreading some new stuff. What about new things, Dave? We've got this LLM, you've trained it on 10 years of cyber expertise, and you've trained it on my data, but there's a new malware out there. I want to check my network to see if it's not lurking. So we can upload data, we can upload knowledge into the LLM. And this is a knowledge-based attack, and we can say to the LLM, please check my logs to see if I've already been attacked with this new knowledge. And so it comes up with some assistance, some ideas, what it can do, and so on. And we had a government conference the other day, and this government customer gave us this document, Minimum Cybersecurity Standards for Public Institutions. It's a 148-page document on what the cyber... I don't know if anybody from the NCSA has got this document. Maybe we can upload it and have a look. But we gave it 9,168 logs, and we said, please check these logs to make sure we're compliant. Write me a gap analysis between the document and the logs. So we can use AI to check lots and lots of logs and write reports for us and things like that. So it's quite useful. Some key findings here, some recommendations. We were not complying, naughty, naughty. So it's all pretty technical, but what about the managers out there? Well, the managers, we've got a little hub, a thing called an AI hub, and this is like a little conversational interface that we can provide to do business searches on knowledge. We can talk to the AI, we can ask it how the SOC is doing. Are they really managing to keep to their 5-minute detection time, or are they, some people not doing things, or whatever. And this is like a conversation. So, good morning. In the last 24 hours, I observed 2 anomaly detections on your firewall. What would you like me to do? And the manager says, yeah, analyze the firewall, check them against our security policy. And here we've got some actions, and you can continue the conversation. But again, the conversations are all about cybersecurity, not about how should I write my next letter or anything like that, right? It's a very specific purpose LLM. Okay. So for all of those that have already got CM, sorry, unless you've got AI, sorry. But I can help you. I can help you to automate the other things, right? And the joke is, and I've got a t-shirt with this on the back, secure, organized, and relaxed. But security actually stands for security, orchestration, and automated response. This is the thing that does the action. This is the thing that does the blocking. And it's a full case management system. So the alerts will come in from any CM. I've got videos on Splunk, QRadar, Greylog, anything you like. Alerts can come in from anything, from any CM, from any EDR, from anything at all. And what SOAR does, so SOAR sits outside the firewall. It has access to the outside world, right? We've got 130 different threat intelligence databases it can talk to. So it can go and talk to VirusTotal, DShield, Abuse IPDB. All of these are being kept up to date in the outside world, right? We've got 50 different responders. We've got case templates already pre-written. But if you want them all in Thai, you can have them all in Thai. The AI will translate them all for you. So what can we use the AI for? Well, we've got 400 pre-built workflows. We've got 900 different nodes. This is a node. This is like this little box here. You drag it on, you connect it up, you say, if this does that, do this, then do this, then do that, and branching off, and there's if-then statements, and there's 900 of these nodes. So there's nothing in the world we can't talk to. And we talk to it bi-directionally, so we can get, there could be, this is just start, but it could be a ticket comes in from ServiceNow, or it could be an email's getting sent to it, or it could be on a timer, or it could be an alert, or a case, it doesn't matter. Start it off, run through the workflow. There's 400 out there. You can customize them for what you want to do, and what you have in your environment, and then build the rest yourself. So we've built a little AI on-prem node. So in addition to the 900, we've got this little AI on-prem node. So what can we do with it? Well, we can use it to do false positive mitigation, which is really important. You heard the video earlier, right? Cutting out the noise, AI cuts out all the noise. Really important workflow to build. You can use it to write task lists and descriptions in local language. You can use it to design the playbooks. We've seen that in the CM, but you can also use it to create the workflow as well. So it's conversational, it's agentic, and it works within the SOAR platform. So here's the detecting false positives. Here's it looking at new task lists, creating new task lists for the team. And here's the agentic SOAR. So this is where you can have a conversation with it and ask it to do things. I've got a video on my laptop I can show you. We're blocking malware on the desktop, and it says please write the workflow to block the malware, and it actually goes away and writes it. So very clever. So we're not only using AI to detect, but we're using AI to respond. So in good Thai style karaoke, I want you to sing along to this little song at the end, okay? Humans have the final call. Are you ready? Humans take the final call. AI helps us see it all. Faster insight, less overload. Stronger SOC. So I really think having a stronger SOC means on-prem security, and I'm happy to talk to you, happy to show you more demos at lunch. Enjoy the lunch. Thank you.
Thank you, David.